Aloha, good morning. It's what is today? April 3rd? April 3rd. It's Thursday. We came to work today at 3:30 this morning. We're doing some work for the big grocery store distribution warehouse. We came in at 3:30. We brought down a load of pet food. And then we bobtailed back to our terminal, and then we brought down a load of pasta. We just dropped off the pasta, and so I thought I'd come over here to the satellite warehouse where we dropped off the pet food to see if they had finished the can yet, but they haven't even started it. So when we came in this morning, dispatch gave me I shouldn't say dispatch, set up left for me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 movements. So far we've done 2. This third one is in the shipping terminal, Sand Island. We're in the Campbell industrial area, and it's rush hour traffic. So let's call dispatch and see if there's anything out here that they want to pick up. Yeah, we're bobtailing at Sinus. I just dropped off the second one. I came over here to check on the first one, but they haven't even started it. No. And my next is inside Madison for tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. Sounds like he was asleep. So we're gonna head out to the shipping terminal, Santa. But let's clean a window here, because that is disgusting. Problem is we can't see it, but when we make our way into town, we're gonna be driving right into the sun, and then we'll notice how bad it is. I think I got it. Yeah, so we're just going to clean the windows before we head out of here. That's weird. GoPro only has 27% battery. I had it plugged in last night. So we were lazy. We just cleaned one window, but you know, it's the most important one right here. Caught in rush hour traffic. We're bodtailing to the shipping terminal because they want to get that load going to the grocery store out in Waianae done as soon as possible. No fooling around. So yesterday we took my wife's car to the air conditioning mechanic because I wasn't able to fix it. I changed the high pressure valve, that didn't work, and I checked the fuses, they were good. I put a gauge on the Freon line, and it showed that it was out of Freon. So that explains that. So, which means there was a leak somewhere. And so I looked all over for the leak, I couldn't find it. So I took it to the air conditioning mechanic at 8 o'clock in the morning. At 8:30 they called me up. They told me they found the leak. I said, oh geez, I looked all over. Where was it? They go, well, last time we serviced your vehicle, we put a dye in with the Freon when we fill them up. That way if there is a leak, all you do is put on a black light and it basically has big arrows saying, this is where the leak is. And it just so happened that the leak was in the same area where the overflow from the antifreeze reservoir is. So I thought that was just antifreeze, but come to find out, no, that was a little bit of oil from the Freon. So $300, we got that fixed. They had to change the connector where they connected the condenser last time to replace that, and then also the little needle valve that was at the service valve where I checked the pressure, that was leaking also. So they fixed that, filled her back up with Freon. Wife is happy, I'm happy. Sun is rising, we're stuck in traffic for the next hour at least, making our way to the shipping terminal. Oh, now we're at 18%. Alright, let's get the show back on the road here.
Alright, looking at you, ready for me.
So it's 8:53. We just finished our third movement of the day. This is a full 40-foot container full of food product. We brought it out here to a grocery store in Waianae. We leave it here for a day and then we picked up the empty tomorrow. Yeah, it's kind of nice. This morning we came in, they gave us 6 container movements, and every single one of them is what I would call a good run. The first 2 were like 22-mile runs. This one here is about a 30-mile run. From here to in Waianae back to Campbell Industrial area is about 7 miles. So we're going to pick up an empty in the Campbell Industrial area. Some medical equipment. We'll just take the empty back to the shipping terminal with us. At which point we pick up a flat rack full of lumber, bring that out to the Campbell Industrial area, another 22-mile run. Standby offload, take that back, and then we pick a load of hotel equipment, what do you call them? Toilet paper and water and hotel commodities. From you know, I want to say that's at our terminal. Bring that out to Coalina. Standby offload that. Dump that container and pick up a full load of shelving and take that out to Waipio, which is a 17-mile run. So nothing but good runs. This is a great day as far as type of work I like to do. I like the long runs. I like to drive. And so that's all we have today is long runs. But we're making our way out of Waianae here, Farrington Highway. Make our way down along the Waianae coast, which seems like every time I come out here there's 5% more homeless on the beach. Seems like it's getting a little out of control. But I can't blame the homeless because they're gonna let you get away with it. These are some of the nicest beaches on the island. And there's, you know, no homes on them. They're just beach parks. Most of the beach parks have been overrun by homeless now. What a beautiful place to be homeless. I bet you it's the wild, wild west out here at night. Anyway, make our way past my Ely Beach here. One of my favorites. Make our way back to Campbell Industrial area. Pick up our next movement. Picked up the empty from the medical supply distribution warehouse out in Campbell, bringing it into camp, into the shipping terminal. We're gonna strip it off, strip pile 8, stack 8. Fourth movement of the day. So the flat rack with the wood is in Echo 1111, right down by the water. Actually, you know what? It's right here on the left. But I think there's like a... I think there's kind of an unwritten rule that this location isn't where you're supposed to leave your empty chassis. Heard that once from somebody. So we'll just go find someplace else to put the chassis. Right over here. Spark Indian's chassis. We'll park ours right next door. always liked the name of that ship, George. Reminds me of Bugs Bunny and the abominable snowman. Bugs Bunny gets caught by the abominable snowman, says, I'm gonna hug him and squeeze him. How's it go? I caught me a little bunny rabbit. I'm gonna hug him and squeeze him and call him George. So we have a plover outside of our house. The Pacific golden plover is the seabird that flies from Hawaii to Alaska every year to, you know, it's yearly migration. So he winters in Hawaii and then he summers up in Alaska. But it's the same bird. It comes back every year, hangs out right in our yard. We call him George. Kind of amazing, that one little bird, because they're very territorial and they're basically loners when they're in Hawaii. When they go up to Alaska, they pair off and mate. And they live to be like over 20 years old, so George has been in our yard for almost as long as we've lived there, I think, or probably longer. Anyway, now we can go get Echo 1111. This all hooked up and checked out, take it out to the Campbell industrial area. Okay, we got a spare battery put in. It's got 43%. So it's about 11:30. Working on our, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th movement? Yeah. 40-foot flat rack full of if you ever go to one of your big box hardwares and get molding and trim for your windows and doors, this is the stuff. Bring it here and then they repackage it and send it out to the big boxes on the smaller truck. Stuff going to Maui, some other stuff over there going to Guam. The supply chain. Anyway, as soon as this is offloaded, we'll take the empty back to the shipping terminal, check in with dispatch, because we still got a couple more on the list of 6 that they gave us this morning. So we took the flat rack back to the shipping terminal. Let's see what time that was. We got there at 12:15, and that's when everything fell apart. And to understand why it fell apart, you got to understand a typical day. If we have 100 deliveries a day and we call up the customer, when do you want the delivery? At least 80% of them are going to say, oh, 8 o'clock this morning. That'll be perfect. Of course, you can't make all 80 deliveries at 8 o'clock in the morning. So now the fight begins. It's who's going to get the 8 o'clock delivery, and who can we deliver to earlier, and who can we deliver to later. And that's a typical day. For the driver, the perfect day is I'll make 4 deliveries in the morning, and I'll pick up 4 empties in the afternoon, and I'll bobtail 4 times. That would be a normal day. Now this morning when I came in, I was given 6 deliveries, 2 of which were standby and offload. And so I knew chances of that happening were not good, but dispatch would figure it out eventually. So that's what happened. At 12:15 I get a call and they said, we're going to take that last run going up to the self-storage. So one of my co-workers is going to take over that run. So, oh, okay. In the meanwhile, bring back a LTL to our yard, and then you can pick up the one that's going to the hotel out in Colina. 5 minutes later, oh, Colina just called up and they've canceled. They want to reschedule the delivery for the morning time because it was already after 12. So, all right, so we took the LTL back to the terminal, and they said, okay, go back out to the grocery store distribution warehouse where we started the day, because we can do early deliveries to them, and pick up the first container, which is what we're hooked up to. It's a 45-foot container that had pet food in it, and it looks like they took out like half the food and left the other half. And I looked through the paperwork real fast. I can't really figure it out, but I think what they did is they ordered 60 cases of one product. It didn't come in, but they got 60 cases of a different product, which they didn't want, and they're sending that back. So that's where we're at. Like I said, it kind of fell apart. We're going to take this 45-foot container that's a little crooked, kind of pulls to the right. Back to our terminal, we're almost there. Put this on the dock and go inside and try to figure out from looking at it what they did. But I'm pretty sure the amount of product they're sending back, something's definitely not matching up. Warehouse to figure out. That's what they do. We cannot make that turn. I can get the tractor around the FedEx, but I can't get the trailer. And he's waiting to make a left turn, which he can't. Yeah, I would really jam things up if I pull in there. There's a big space in front of them. Let's see what happens. Wait for the light. The 40 I might chance it, but not with the 45. We'd be blocking everybody. Behind me is the bus, where normally I would go to the right lane here. That's where the bus stop is, so if I go to the left lane, they'll be able to pull up next to me. Normally I leave this lane open, go in the right lane because this is the lane for the cars that want to turn left. What do you call it? Spatial awareness? Aware of what's going on all the way around you. And now today being Thursday, when all the LTLs come in, there might not be any room on the dock to back in and figure out what's going on. So that's the next problem. It's 2:15, so we're coming up on a 12-hour day. We started at 3:50, oh, 3:30. But that's what happened. Another day in the freight business. It was going so well. I knew it was going to fall apart though, because there's no way you normally don't do 6 good long runs in one day. Not unless they want to take the delivery at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We normally put the reefers. They got it coned off for that reason. So we'll go inside and see what they want to do. Well, it seems like nobody knows why there was so much product sent back. That food. But we got it offloaded in the warehouse, and now we're taking the empty 45-foot container back to the shipping terminal to get rid of it. This crooked chassis. It was super hot there for a while today, and now it's getting cloudy. Might want to rain. Hot weather comes in. The hot weather comes in and heats everything up. Because we're surrounded by ocean, it creates more humidity than normal. The trade winds aren't around to move that moist air away. It just kind of accumulates. The next thing you know, as the end of the day comes around and the air starts cooling off, cool air doesn't hold moisture, and you get these clouds. Sometimes it rains, sometimes it doesn't. Usually it'll rain in one part of the island and not the other. It has to be released. So we'll take this into the shipping terminal, Sand Island, and we got a lot done today. When I look around the yard, there's not a whole lot left, but there's still a lot out in the community, so there's a lot of empties to be picked up now. Because we've been spending the whole day delivering the fulls. It never ends. And now it's 2:47, so we're getting into rush hour traffic. 3 o'clock. Trucks coming out of Sand Island. All the trucks going into Sand Island, including us. There's all the military. There's a big Coast Guard base right around this time of day. They let go of their what do you call a Coast Coast Guardmen, soldiers, officers. A little more traffic than normal going in now, San Allen. But my guess is we'll dump this empty, and then we'll probably have to go pick up another empty somewhere and bring that back to our terminal, because by that time the shipping terminal closes at 3:45, and that's less than an hour from now. Making our way to the shipping terminal. That's it, we're shutting it down. 3:30, that's a 12-hour day. That's enough for me. Turn that off. That off. Turn that off. Look at what happened today. See that glass chip? I didn't see it, but I heard it. And then I've been looking for it because I know I heard a rock hit the glass, but I didn't realize it was way down there. Oh well. What's interesting about that is that we came in at 3:30. We'll be out of here 3:45 probably. Write that down. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 movements. No, 9 movements. Sorry. Nine movements. And we drove 156 miles. That's the most mileage I've ever driven in one day doing this type of work. I mean, on the mainland, doing some charity runs, we did over 500 miles a day. But, yeah, I think the record I had before this was 230, so we smashed it. 256, wow. Normal day is 60 to 80. That's normal. So, yeah, I knew when I got those 6 runs this morning, I said, this it'd be a miracle if we could get all this work done. But that's it. Headed home. We got we had salmon last night, and we had these roasted carrots that were horrible. We got them from Costco. Comes in a bag, and it has this like glaze. It's like a syrup and what was it? Oh, syrup and mustard. So it was like a mustard glaze. We ate it, but it definitely won't buy that again. And my wife says, it looks so good in the box, I bought 2 of them. I said, what, are you going to take it back? She says, can you make it taste any better? I said, yeah, we'll take it out of the bag. Whatever seasoning's on there, we'll wash it off, and then we'll chop them up because they're all, and then we'll boil them. And then we probably won't put that glaze on. We'll probably put, some butter and garlic on them or something, make them taste right. I don't know where it's that maple Dijon glaze. So it's like syrup and mustard mixed. Didn't taste right. On carrots. So we had that with some rice and fish. So tonight I'm making a salad. Still have a little tiny bit of rice left. I got the last of the pork chops to get rid of. And I want to make some beans. This This was interesting. I went to Walmart yesterday with my wife, do a little shopping, and our can opener broke. And I was thinking about the tariffs that's in the news all right now, because I went down the Walmart aisle where they have all the kitchen accessories looking for can openers, and there was probably at least 12 different types of can openers. There's hand can openers ranging from $2 all the way up to $17 for the hand crank can openers. All different colors. My wife was looking for a blue one, and what I was doing is I was testing the bearings on all of them. And there was even one that was gold plated with like ivory, fake ivory handles and stuff. Crazy. But I'm wondering with all these tariffs if we would have that variety to choose from, And my guess is yes, you would, but what's 25 cents? I mean, 25% more on a, $8 can opener. So now it's a $10 can opener. Last time I bought a can opener was probably 20 years ago. So it's not like a big expense for that type of, but I was just thinking of the stuff that, it comes in from China. A lot of it's just stuff that we buy once and then hang on to for the rest of our lives. So, especially for someone like me, I'm 65, I've been accumulating. You go to my house, every drawer is full, every closet is full of just junk that, I bought it and used it, and now it sits in the closet. Anyway, I thought that was kind of funny, because listening to the news, you think the whole world was coming to an end because they're having tariffs. But that's it for today. We're going to make salad, beans, and leftovers for dinner. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Aloha.